What's up, you guys? So I am excited about today's video because I'm going to be giving you guys some advice, and also if you watch all the way to the end of the video, I'm going to be announcing the winner to the giveaway.
If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. I'm ready. Yeah, y'all ready? Look, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
Alright, so this advice is something that I was giving my sister. For those of you guys that don't know, my sister just completed the dental hygiene program, actually went to the same school that I went to, and she is now a licensed and registered dental hygienist. So I have been giving her advice about what I think she should do now that she has her license. Like, what is the best move to make in her circumstance? And that's important to note, that it's depending on your circumstance. So my sister, she's about, dang, how old is my sister? I think she's like 24. She's about 24 years old, and she has no kids, and she's not married. The first thing you want to do when you get out of hygiene school is you just want to start working. Most of the hygiene students, like, you've been living in this dental hygiene school world where your understanding of what dental hygienists do and what just that whole life is like is solely based around what you experience in school. So when you get out of school, it's a completely different world that you've now been opened up to. My advice to my sister and to other hygienists who this may seem like a benefit to you is, when you come out of school, don't get with the first job or the first office that offers you a job, unless your circumstance permits that you need to, or that you just really want this job. It's like your dream job. But my advice to my sister was to temp. Temping may seem like not a good option when you've already been a broke college student. You know, you got school loans that you know, starting to gear your mind up to be ready to pay back. You behind on bills and, you know, things like that. Temping may not be the first thing you want. You want the most, like, stable thing that comes your way first. So the first office that offers you $30+ an hour job, when you know, were making $15, around $15 at your last job before you became a hygienist, like, you're gonna jump on that. But I'm gonna tell you right now some pros and cons to temping as a dental hygienist. Alright, so I've broken this list of pros and cons for being a temp hygienist into 7 for each category. So there's 7 pros and 7 cons. Pro number 1 is a higher pay rate. As a temp hygienist, you are at high demand to offices that do not have a hygienist to see their patients for the day. Each patient ranges from $100 to $300 for just an exam and cleaning. So you provide a tremendous amount of value to an office who has a full schedule of patients but no hygienists. And most hygienists who are temping, well, here in Georgia, are asking around $40 per hour to see the patients on the schedule for a dental office that they're temping at. So that's $320 for an 8-hour shift, when the office, if, let's say for instance, they're getting if they have about 8 patients at $300, that is $2,400 for the day, and they only had to pay you $320 out of that. So you provide a tremendous amount of value to the office, and you can negotiate how much you want to make for the day. There are hygienists that also do a fee per service day, where they tell an office, for me to come and work for you for this one day, I require $350 flat rate. Doesn't matter how many patients I see, doesn't matter how many hours I work, this is how much I want per day. Pro number 2 is having a flexible schedule. That is the most liberating feeling ever, is to be able to pick and choose days that you want to work, and also how much money you want to make for the week. you have that option. You get really organized and you get yourself out there to where you have a lot of offices that are requesting time from you or are familiar with you, and you schedule days ahead of time. You can make your schedule as busy or as free as you want. And I did that for a year, and I absolutely loved it. Like, it felt so good to be able to have a Wednesday off if I wanted it off, to do whatever that I want to do, run errands, take care of stuff at home. It was so liberating. Pro number 3 is you don't have to deal with office drama. You are a passing comet. Like, you don't have to be caught up in the gossip of the office or any issues that the office is necessarily having. You're in there to see the patients have a good time and get out of there. Pro number 4 is you don't have to do any admin work. That's one of the things that I hate the most about being a hygienist. Sometimes it's just doing admin things, like having to make phone calls to confirm patients and things like that. When you're a temp hygienist, you don't have to do any of that. You're there to strictly see patients. Pro number 5 is what I call the honeymoon office phase. When you come to an office as a temp hygienist, a lot of times the staff, the dentist, everyone is super nice to you because they're happy that you're there. They're happy that you're here to see patients. You're a new face. You're someone different. You're unbiased. If they have drama going on, you're not in it. So they have this new shiny toy in the office essentially, and they do anything for you. Most times when you go in the office, if you need help turning over rooms, they're more than willing to cater because you're helping them. Pro number 6 is something that I actually request when I temp at offices, is same day pay. Most offices, if you're working a regular 9 to 5 and you're a permanent member of the team, you get paid on a schedule every 2 weeks or every Friday, or however your pay cycle goes. But as a temp hygienist, I like to get same day pay. Then I avoid having to hunt down the office and make sure I get my money, or have to call and check and see if they've cut checks yet, or if they put them in the mail. It avoids all that, and I really, really love being able to get my money as soon as I'm done for the day. And pro number 7 is probably one of the best of all, and that is experience. When you temp at a lot of different offices, you get a broad spectrum of experience from so many different cultures in offices, from different dentists that you work for, different office layouts, different instruments, different systems that you've never used before, different software. So you get a plethora of different experiences that make you a much more valuable hygienist because of the amount of experience from being at multiple offices. All right, the cons. Con number 1, having no consistency in work. Now, having no consistency does play a role, especially if you don't plan out your month or your weeks in advance. When you go to these offices, it's good to check while you're there if they have availability in the future. If you do not do this and you're just leaving it subject to if someone calls you, you could end up going a week without having an office to work in. And unfortunately, I went through this. I had a couple offices that were very consistent in needing me, and there were a few of them, so I stayed busy. But I got comfortable with them calling me and scheduling days with me, that when I didn't plan out, when they didn't need me anymore, I didn't have any offices calling me, and I was not working for an entire week. So you must make sure that you plan out your schedule. Con number 2 is pay fluctuations. Just like con number 1 with the non-consistency in work, that will decrease the amount of money that you've now brought in for the week, versus if you had a steady schedule 9 to 5 where you were a permanent team member. You would have your hours guaranteed. Con number 3 is, although it can be fun sometimes, it can be a little agitating to come into new offices all the time and have to deal with different layouts, different amount of operatories, or different, just getting used to the floor plan and the way they set up their rooms and things like that. So that can be a con because of that. There's so many different variations. You don't get a chance to really get comfortable with anything. Con number 4 is a really, really big one. Unfamiliar systems. Going into an office and not knowing what type of equipment they have or how to necessarily use it, not knowing how their x-ray system works, especially if you've been so used to or accustomed to, let's say, digital x-rays, and you go into an office that uses traditional film and you're not getting that instant gratification or that instant view to see images and know if you've captured exactly what you needed to capture. I went into an office and they used a ScanX, and that was super different for me because it was, I can't even really remember how to use it because it was only one time that I had ever used it. But it was cool because then I had a little experience after it, but during it, trying to learn the system while I need to see a patient and I have other patients who are waiting, it can be a little frustrating. And then also softwares. You go into offices and there's not that many different dental softwares, but there's, off the top of my head, I know there's Eagle Soft, Dentrix, and Open Dental. And some other companies use their own created dental softwares that you have to get used to really quickly, because you need to be able to chart, you need to be able to take x-rays, you need to be able to do your notes and make any necessary changes to dental charting or perio charting. Con number 5 is driving. When you're temping, if you're not going to a set office, just imagine an office can be really far out that you've been scheduled to work at, or that you decide to work at, and then the next day can be another place even further out, a little closer. It's just that the different variations in the driving distances. But there is a pro with that con, is that you can claim that on your taxes because you can claim mileage. Oh, con number 6. This is something that really start times. Dental offices start at different times, and I myself personally, I like to start my day at 9 o'clock. Like, that is the perfect time for me to start my dental day. But there are some offices that start at 7 I'm talking about starting at 7 in the morning. So that means you have to be there at 6:30. No. I had an office that I worked at in Atlanta that started at 7 a.m. and patients are there at 7 a.m. ready to be seen. I could not believe my eyes. I came in like, there's no way that they're gonna have patients here, and they did, and it was sad. Con number 7, process of care. Every office is so different in the process in which they care for their patients. You might come into an office where they have patients that have been getting prophies for years but need deep cleanings. And if you come in as a hygienist of high ethics and standards, and you really want to treat these patients properly, you come in to a battle, because now you have a patient who's been coming for years and trust their dentist and trust their hygienist that they've been seeing, and you're the new person that comes in and you say, ma'am, you got periodontal disease. And they're like, what? I've been coming here for 5 years and you telling me I have a disease in my mouth? Something's wrong with you. And you are the bad guy. So a con, this is a big con, because you have to combat the culture of the office with your ethics, because they do things a little bit different, or a lot different, than what you're used to. Now, some offices also put a lot of patients on your schedule, and they just put profis for everyone, and you're just profing all day long, and you're not required or not even given enough time to really do an in-depth comprehensive exam with perio charting, x-rays, determining, you know, if there's any restorative work that need to be done, and what is the actual cleaning that is necessary for this patient. And you have to make a decision. Do I fight with ethics or just get my money? Just see the patient, and either decision is yours to make. I'm not here to tell you that you're right or wrong for either or, but I'm putting it out there as a con to temping, and that there are offices like that. Okay, so those are my pros and cons to temping. So I hope this information was valuable. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you get notified anytime that I upload. I am shooting to build my consistency and make sure that I post 2 times a week, so you can look forward to that. And I just want to say again, thank you guys so much for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. It means the world to me. And now let's announce the winner to the giveaway. Alright, so everyone's submissions have been put in, and we are about to select the winner. I don't know why I'm like nervous to figure out who the winner is going to be. A part of me, I think, thinks I want everybody to win, or there can only be one winner. I have this generator app that has everyone who submitted properly into the app, and I'm going to hit generate, and it's going to pick a number. That number is going to correspond with who the winner is. So here we go. So I'm going to put the winner up on the screen right now. Alright, you won. Congratulations. You win the necklace, the RDH necklace. So what I need you to do is I need you to message me on Instagram at _Chris_love, and we'll coordinate and we'll get that necklace sent right out to you. So congratulations, and thank you all for watching. Thank you all for helping me to move that much closer toward my goal of 1,000 subscribers by getting me to 500, and that's why we did this giveaway. So thank you all so much. Have a good night.